Hey guys, it's ENOS-GAMING, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Have you guys ever seen the show Spy Family? If not, I would highly recommend watching it. It's my second favorite anime of all time. The show has a lot of action, a lot of humor, a lot of comedy moments, but it has a great story to it. Now, some things are weird and very childish. Like, it was way too childish for me, but I still bared through it. And when I finally finished it, I was like, wow, this anime was actually a lot better than I thought. I remember hearing about it a few years ago, and I just thought, oh, Spy Family doesn't sound good at all, so I never wanted to watch it. It wasn't until I saw a clip on YouTube of one of the characters, her name is Fiona, also known as Nightfall, talking about how she could be a better wife to Lloyd Forger, and she was gonna whip their child into shape, and then it shows their daughter reading her mind. She's like, I don't want this, mama. So she runs and jumps into Yor's lap and's like, oh mama, I just love you so much. And then Yor's like, oh my goodness, Anya. I thought that was funny and kind of adorable. So I was like, I think I'll give the show a shot. And then I finished it and I was like, wow, what an amazing story. Now, what we're going to be talking about in this video is my favorite character, Yor Forger, also known as Yor Briar, also known as the Assassin Thorn Princess. She's a very highly skilled assassin, very good at what she does, and she's very strong too, physically. Wouldn't really say emotionally, because she does get very insecure a lot, and she shows a lot of emotion throughout the series. And in my opinion, she's just the most relatable character because of the way they really explain her as a character. And the only reason she became an assassin was because of her younger brother. Her parents were killed when she was young, and she needed to raise her brother, so she got a job as an assassin to help raise him, or so she could raise him. And she's just, in my opinion, the most relatable character. And the only other character that I feel is very relatable, to the point where I'm like, I understand this character. I know how to write a story about them. I know how to develop a story with them, is Spider-Man. I do have a lot of stories I've written about Spider-Man, but the only other character that I feel very much relatable to is Yor. And one thing that I really hope they do in Spy Family Season 3 is show Yor leaving her job as an assassin, quitting. Because in Season 2, she talks about how she wants to stop being an assassin. Eventually, she does, kind of just accept that this is her life and she can't leave it. But the thing is, I'm really hoping that they do that. They say, she can't be an assassin no more. She doesn't want to. Because she deserves so much better in life than what she has. She does question, is it right to be an assassin? The only reason I became an assassin was to take care of my brother, but now that he's an adult and can take care of himself, is it smart to continue this? And then she does get to the point where she's like, this is my life. This is what I have to do. I would love for them in Season 3 to show her leaving her job as an assassin and becoming, a normal mother and wife. I have heard people say that they doubt they'll do that, but I've heard the majority of the fan base say they think and hope that Lloyd and Yor officially become husband and wife. And I want that for Yor. I want her to have a family. I want her to have what she needs, not what she thinks she needs. I want her to have what she wants, which is a family. I want her to have a life that she can live normally, peacefully. But she's one of those complex characters that can't have that. And it's one of those characters like Spider-Man. We want Spider-Man to live a normal life. We feel sad when he's sad. We feel depressed when Spider-Man's depressed. When he gives up the mask, we get upset. But we also understand why he gives up the mask, depending on the story. He gives up the mask because he wants to live a normal life, or because he feels like he can't be Spider-Man because of all the stuff that happens, like in Spider-Man 2. He's sad that he's like, am I not supposed to be Spider-Man anymore? And then they have that little sequence with Uncle Ben, then he's throwing the mask away, the suit away. And he tries to live a normal life, but then he sits there and goes, am I not allowed to have what I want? And then he does eventually, later on in the movie, become Spider-Man again. And it's he perfectly balances what he wants with being Spider-Man at the end of Spider-Man 2. And Yor, I'm not going to say she perfectly balances it. Like, she is starting to become more and more like, the mother Anya needs. She tries to be the husband, the wife that Lloyd needs, but she still messes up, and that's what makes her human. That's what makes her relatable. She wants all these things in her life that other people have that she can't have. She wants to be able to live a normal life, but can't because of her job. She has a duty, she has a responsibility, but she doesn't want that. She wants a normal life. I feel like we all can relate to that. And that's why she's my favorite character. That's why no matter what happens in the series, I will always be on Team Yor. I mean, I'm Team Lloyd all the way, I'm Team Anya all the way, I'm Team Bond all the way, but Yor is my favorite character, somebody that I really feel very, very much relatable to. And that's why she's my favorite character. They perfectly develop her story in the manga. Like, they show her as this insecure person who just wants to live a normal life but is scared of people finding out she's an assassin. So she ends up getting married to Lloyd, fake marriage to Lloyd, to hide it. And just her being very humanized in the manga, they perfectly transition that to the anime. Like, they perfectly show it in the anime. And that's why I love this series. That's why Yor is my favorite character. She will always be my favorite character forever. Even when the show ends, I will still hold that spot for Yor because, like I said, Spider-Man is a character I feel very much relatable to. And the only other character that's ever made me feel very relatable to is Yor. And I hope that we see her get a normal life. I hope that we get to see her have what she wants. I want her to be able to be happy in the series. And with all that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys liked it. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody.